welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Now we're actually going to be doing a speed build for a modern home, and you guys know this is a style that I usually do not do on my channel. So I am trying to switch things up a little bit with the content that I have been posting with builds and just trying to break out of my comfort zone a little bit. I do feel that since summer has ended, a lot of my builds tend to be like suburbans and traditionals, and it's been a while since I have done something a little more modernized. So for those of you that do enjoy these kind of builds, let me know if this is something you guys would like to see me attempt to do on my channel. So yeah, I'm not that good at it. So I definitely did have to go on Google and on Pinterest to get some inspiration, because like I said, it's just not a style that I naturally tend to love. So it's one that I do really want to work with a little bit more, because there are some larger modern kind of homes that I actually don't mind. So you guys might be seeing some more of this style. And I also want to do some of like mid-century homes as well. So just trying to shake it up a little bit. You guys know that I tend to stick to doing like suburban family homes, and there's definitely still going to be tons of those. I just kind of want to play around with different styles. And that's kind of like one of the things that I find I kind of lack is when I try to do like a new style, it makes you use items that you normally wouldn't place. Like a lot of the furniture and decorations that are in this home don't really fit in with like a country or a traditional home. So it was just really nice to be able to use different bedroom sets, different decor, rugs, and all of that good stuff. So it also kind of makes me look in like different, I guess, like different swatches, because this home I did try to do something that was like monochromatic or whatever you call it, where it's just like your two colors. So the main colors for this home is black and white. So the only other thing that is in this home, there are like a few different plants. So I don't really know if you would classify it as like having green in there, just because it's like a natural element, but everything that I did include in this home is all like the blacks and the grays and white tones. So there is like a lot of glass and there's not really a lot of furniture, and I definitely struggled with that. You guys will see as I do start doing the interior that I kind of have to keep going back in and deleting things out, because whenever I like stop a recording and I'll be sitting there and I'm like, wait, we can't have that much stuff on a shelf because it's just like too much stuff. So it was definitely interesting, but I had a lot of fun with it. When I was about like this part in the build, I almost deleted it. I'm like, oh my God, this is horrendous. It just looks like boxes stacked everywhere. And I was kind of like nervous that it wasn't even gonna really have a nice style to it, but I ended up just pushing through, because sometimes I do feel like when you build, your homes kind of look horrible until you start adding in like the design elements that it really pulls everything together. And yeah, so I just kind of like pushed through it, and I kind of wish I didn't use so many of the slatted windows in the bottom. Like over to the left, that is where I end up putting in the bathroom, and I think if I was to kind of go in and change things around, I might make those windows just like the solid windows. But yeah, so I kind of want to do something that's like a little bit darker for apartments as well. And because this is a modern build, I did want to keep everything just really prim and proper, and everything just kind of like is well put together and manicured. So that's kind of what I did with the driveway here. Now this home is definitely also, I should mention, on a lot of land that is a little bit bigger than it really needed to be, just because I think originally I was gonna do like a really large home, and it ended up being not that big. This is only a 1-bedroom. The upstairs just has like a one open kind of like a lofty bedroom. So unfortunately, I think this is a 30 by 40. It might be a 40 by 50, because this is originally built in Sol del Valle. Now, towards the middle of this build, I also ended up moving this into Oasis Springs, just because one of the things that for me is the downside of building in this world is that the shade is always on the side that I end up building on. So, I mean, living wise, it makes sense because you probably have your home facing the city so you can kind of look down. Or I don't really know if Del Sol Valley is classified as a city or just a really large town. And oh my gosh, this garden, I do go back in and declutter the garden, you guys. It's just kind of like naturally how I build is to just like keep on adding like clutter and furniture and stuff and more stuff and items. So I do go back in and clean up that garden to be a little more modern. And as I was kind of building this, like towards the end, I started thinking like this would actually make a really cute sushi, like a restaurant or something like that. So I kind of want to do a couple more builds in the Magnolia Promenade. You guys, I never build over there. I used to be obsessed with that when I first got the game and I was able to go in there and like build and shop. I was like obsessed with it. It was so pretty, but I do wish that Magnolia Promenade had more than 4 lots. I think they do only have 4, but yeah, like it's the only real shopping district that we have. And I don't know, The Sims is definitely not going to be like one of the games that goes back in and kind of like adds more lots, but I think it would be nice for them to do that. So one thing that I did find as I was building this home, one thing that drives me insane about modern, if you guys like modern, just bear with me, but I feel like everything looks unfinished. Everything looks a little bit boxy, and I mean that's the way it's supposed to be, just really clean, simple, and minimalist, kind of like a style. So when I was doing the exterior of this home, I ended up just keeping on adding like different like lights to kind of like add some character, some of like the plants and even the roofing details. I don't know what they're called, that you like, it just adds like that little line around the home. So I think that helped a lot, and I did end up cutting out a bunch of like the outside decor just because the gardens out in the back is like the exact same. I just kind of like duplicated it, and then we do go in and just add in a little bit of water just to make it really nice, because I wanted to put this on a smaller lot of land, but for some reason my game, it just like wasn't cooperating. So we ended up going over into Oasis Springs and the lighting changed drastically. And all of the plants, you guys, that I had ended up going from green, from like the tropical Del Sol Valley to like that burnt, dried out kind of grass. And I kind of regretted it. I had to go back in and like paint everything back, but yeah, the lighting was definitely better, even though everything ended up looking a little bit more dead. So I do want to do some like larger modern builds because I do feel like they don't take as long, but you can still get a really nice look to it. I was definitely terrified when I first started. I was like, this is gonna look horrible, everybody's gonna unsubscribe. And I'm trying to grow on my building skills, so yeah, I don't know, I kind of just really want to do some larger builds. Like when I was looking up some inspiration for this home, for like I kind of originally was looking for family homes, but because this ended up being a little bit too small, I mean, this is definitely a really easy home if you wanted to stretch it out and make it a little bit bigger, just because like the whole entire outside is kind of like duplicated all the way around just because of the way it is built. So if you do want to even like pull your upstairs out a little bit, I think you could definitely get away with just putting in some of those like beams and maybe have like some kind of a balcony or a sitting area down there. So I did keep going back and forth, you guys. I had such a hard time trying to figure out how I wanted this to look inside, what items that I wanted to use. And I do actually like go back in and delete all of this out, like the whole table, the wall, and I did try to make it open concept, but also kind of have like it a little bit separated so that like the whole entire downstairs wasn't all just like open. And that tile, that's actually a tile that I've recently found. It's actually base game. There's a lot of really nice colors, and I'm not sure exactly if that tile is something that was added in with the new patch, because it's kind of a tile that I've never noticed before, and now I'm a little bit obsessed with it. It kind of looks like a subway tile, but it's not as shiny and glossy as the one that we already do like have in game. So I do add in this like little entrance area, and I was gonna put a door, but it kind of looked too retail looking. Kind of made the home look a little bit like a store, and I just really wanted this to have so many windows. Like when I think of a modern home, I definitely picture there to be like just tons of windows. And I also didn't really want to add in too many like curtains, just because I did feel like it was kind of taking away from like that minimalist, very just clean and put together kind of style. So I do only have like a couple of drapes, and yeah, so I started adding in this flooring, and I felt like it just looked way too tiny. And I remembered that we did have this new flooring from Get Famous. I think I go back in and change it, because this one here I think is the base game one. But I did want to keep everything black and white, so I did make sure to filter out the colors. And yeah, so those counters used to be my favorite. I think those ones came from Backyard Stuff, possibly, so they're definitely meant to be outside, but you guys, I use them everywhere. And I even end up using those in the bathroom. Now you guys know bathrooms are definitely like not my favorite thing to play around with and to build with, but this bathroom, even though it is really simple and delicate, it's probably like one of my current favorite bathrooms, just the way like the counters and like the lights, you guys will see like everything in there just like kind of all came put together. Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice. I hope you guys can hear me. I was like completely looking over on the other screen where my pictures were, but the living room is really spacious, and I also just wanted to tie in this whole entire home together by using those tiles. So I do go back in, add them over into the living room, which all of the stuff in the living room almost gets deleted out as well. But you guys will see, because I did find that the like the coffee table was a little bit more like mid-century, and I didn't really feel like the chairs fit for like the look that I ended up going for. I delete all of this out, and there's actually a spot where I put in one of like the new buffet tables that came with Get Famous. I cut it out, deleted it. It's like one of those things that when I left the game, I was like, oh my gosh, that's all I could think about, because I had candles. I think I had a stereo or something, but yeah, it was just a little bit too much. So I do end up taking that fish tank back out, because I felt like it was just a little bit too much. And oh my gosh, that rug is so pretty. And I actually haven't even been able to use that coffee table set yet. I have used like that couch from Get Famous, but that's actually the first time that I have used that coffee table. It is definitely one of those pieces that you do need to have it like in the proper, like just the right kind of like a style of a home, because it's like that tufted material. And then yeah, over there is the bathroom. So if you guys do download this home and you do start a family in here and you don't really want to have to do too much to like the exterior, you could definitely shrink up this bathroom and add in like a kid's bedroom in here, just because this bathroom is so huge. It is so spacious, or spacious and huge for me from a typical bathroom. And yeah, so the only thing that is in here is that really large bathroom vanity. I really wanted to take advantage of the space in here, and yeah, I thought that just looked so pretty with the black sink that I never ever get to use, and that lit up mirror. I thought that that just looked so pretty in here. Even though you can only see like the bottom half of the mirror, it just kind of looks like a whole entire unit like built specifically for that area. And I do go back in and I did try to add in a little bit more clutter, but like I said, it's just definitely one of those things that I was struggling with big time, and I do end up deleting out the plants. And yeah, so you guys are probably going to be annoyed watching this whole build, because it was just like, put this here, take this out. But hopefully the more that I do practice with these modern builds, I will get a little bit better, and I probably will eventually start to have like my favorite items for like modern builds. So if you guys do modern builds, definitely let me know what are your favorite items to place. And I would really love to see The Sims give us some more counters. I think the last ones that we had, we didn't get any with seasons, and we didn't get any with Get Famous. Oh my gosh, did we not get any counters with seasons? I think the last ones that we actually got was with Jungle. The Jungle Adventure, which is kind of strange because it's actually a game pack. And then we had like the Parenthood one. So, I am kind of hoping that like in our next expansion pack that we do get a bunch of counters. I would love to see like a shaker style, and I would really love to see University. I know that's like completely random, but I was actually like just talking about this with a friend the other day, and I actually really thought that University was going to be the next expansion that we got instead of Get Famous. Like, I was completely blown away by it. So fingers crossed that University is something that we do actually get like for the next expansion and have like dorm rooms. I feel like it could work really well considering The Sims does like already have apartments, so it could kind of work like that a little bit. One of just like my random conversations. But yeah, so this bedroom up here, you guys, I did want to keep it just really open, not too much stuff, not too much clutter, keeping with that theme. But if you guys did want to add in a bathroom in here, there is more than enough space. And I mean, you even could just make this 2 bedrooms with like a hallway if you did want to like grow your family in here as well. But I kind of just pictured this to be like either a single sim or just like 2 Sims living here, maybe starting out. Maybe they have a little bit of family money, but they're just like not really too rich. I definitely picture somebody like that living in here. But I really do hope that you guys enjoyed today's build. Even if modern is not your thing, make sure to give this video a very big thumbs up. It always lets me know that you guys did enjoy, and definitely let me know in the comments what kind of builds would you guys like to see me attempt to do that I normally do not do here on my channel. And subscribe if you guys love Sims content, because I do post regularly all things Sims, and this will be in the gallery. I feel like I'm talking a mile a minute, you guys, but this will be in the gallery. So if you guys do want to download it, you can use my username or hashtag KrystinMyrieXo, and hopefully I'm gonna get to see you all next time. Bye guys.